So far this year, the regional branches of the Council on American-Islamic Relations (CAIR) have held several annual fundraising banquets, each touting the uplifting theme, living our faith, defending our freedom. While these fundraisers seem innocuous at first glance, CAIR's latest two banquets, on April 7th by CAIR-Oklahoma, and April 21st, CAIR-Cleveland, continued a long line of such events which reveal CAIR's underlying extremist ideology. They have all featured radical Islamists speaking alongside well-meaning non-Muslim activists brought in to sanitize the host's extremism. At CAIR-Oklahoma's banquet, two avowedly progressive Christian civil rights advocates, Rev. Lori Walk and comedian Jeremy McClellan, joined CAIR Florida Director Hassan Shibli and the extremist cleric Sahib Webb. Walk and McClellan are activists who focus on social justice and LGBT rights. Given their declared commitment to egalitarianism and interfaith relations, it's surprising that Walk and McClellan should choose to share the stage with Islamists such as Shibli and Webb, or to appear publicly on behalf of CAIR in the first place, which has a long history of giving platforms to such hate preachers. Is it possible that Walk and McClellan, despite their deep involvement in LGBT issues, are not familiar with the anti-LGBT record of many of CAIR's chosen Islamists? Perhaps Walk and McClellan are unaware that Hassan Shibli, for instance, once opined, alcohol, sick, premarital sex, homosexuality, worshipping a human are all evils. Premarital sex and homosexuality are quick ways to earn God's wrath. Maybe Walk and McClellan never heard that Sahib Webb, a CAIR favorite, posted on his own website that homosexuality is an evil inclination, and once told a homosexual would be convert to Islam to seek treatment for his problems. Or perhaps Walk and McClellan don't know that another frequent speaker at CAIR fundraisers, Siraj Wahaj, famously threatened to burn down a proposed LGBT-friendly mosque in Toronto in 1992, or that Omar Suleiman, who has recorded numerous promotional videos for CAIR, has called homosexuality a disease and repugnant, shameless sin. Then again, maybe Walk and McClellan are familiar with such examples of bigotry but have been misled by CAIR's efforts to sanitize its image when the cameras are rolling. When terrorist Omar Mateen murdered 49 people at Orlando's Pulse nightclub, CAIR Executive Director Nihad Awad called for solidarity with all communities who are the victims of violence and persecution in our country, and Hassan Shibli himself declared his overwhelming love and support and unity for the LGBT community. Maybe such lip service to the LGBT community was enough to convince Walk and McClellan of CAIR's good intentions, despite its long record of connections with homophobes. Similarly, it appears that CAIR's efforts to present as an interfaith dialogue group have convinced Walk and McClellan that CAIR cares about other religious minorities beyond its own. While CAIR has worked with the progressive Christian community, lobbying state legislature to ensure that chaplaincy programs include Muslim imams, and holding interfaith services, it has also refused, time and time again, to condemn hate speech against minorities. CAIR's own Hassan Shibli endorsed an extremist group that advocates putting the minority Muslim sect, the Ahmadis, to death for their apostasy. CAIR never answered a call to condemn Shibli's comments, and he remains employed as head of its Florida chapter. If CAIR's duplicitous behavior on LGBT and interfaith activism is not enough to convince Walk and McClellan of CAIR's true disregard for the communities about which Walk and McClellan care most, then perhaps they'll accept the words straight from the horse's mouth. CAIR founders Omar Ahmad and Nihad Awad once described CAIR's methodology in action, tailoring its messaging to appeal to Americans while hiding its true intent. What is important is that the language of the address is there even for the American. But the issue is how to use it, address people according to their minds. When I speak with the American, I speak with someone who doesn't know anything. Walk and McClellan must understand that CAIR is not an organization to celebrate. Its behavior directly contradicts the ideals of progressive Christianity. It's time for well-meaning activists such as Lori Walk and Jeremy McClellan to abandon their sanction of Islamists and seek out truly moderate Muslims for partnership instead. Nietzsche Thompson is a writer for Islamist Watch, a project of the Middle East Forum. The views and opinions expressed in this commentary are those of the author and do not reflect the official position of the Daily Caller. Tags: American Muslims, Council on American-Islamic Relations, LGBT rights.